Well, hello guys, it's Jim. Welcome back to yet another edition of the PA Woodsman's channel. Today I'm going to go ahead and start cutting up some potatoes and some deer meat and carrots, and we're going to make venison stew, which I'm going to put on the dehydrator. So it's going to be all cut up into small pieces. So this is going to be probably a pretty time-tasked event, so I'll just make this video as short as I possibly can. I'm going to try and make it all in one. I always promise that, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up what I have in the microwave right now with some deer stock I made last year out of, I deboned my deer. Last year I went ahead and deboned the deer, threw a bunch of the bones with a little bit of the meat still on it, of course, into a stock pot along with some onions, carrots, garlic, and went ahead and let that all concentrate down into a nice hearty stock. I got 3 quarts of these, well, that's at least 3 quarts, I believe these are individually. 3 of these in the freezer. I have one out in the microwave thawing to see if I'm going to need an extra one. But I'm going to go ahead. Alright guys, what we're working on now is the potatoes. I'm just about up to 4 cups here. What I'm doing is cutting this size potato in about 4. Then I'm flipping them over, giving myself a flat bottom. Then I'm going to julienne them. And then I'm going to go ahead and dice them up into small dices. Now, these potatoes my wife got a little while ago, so they're still they're already a little soft. So I'll probably throw these in towards the end and toss in. I want to cook them, but I don't want to overcook them where they're going to fall apart in the pot. Because then it's just going to take. Alright, now we're off to the onions. So what we're going to do is get the root, bottom, and top off. I just like cutting it in half. That way I can peel. No, I'm not dropping this stuff down to the floor behind me. I have a trash can behind me. My wife would kill me if I'd make a mess. So, but that's why she married me, because I can cook. So, and I can make a mess too. You see me at work sometimes in the back of the ambulance. I really trash them. It depends on how bad of a call it is though. But that's something totally different. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and cut these. This is a medium size onion. This is what we have at home at the time. I'm not getting too crazy on how small I'm doing these, because these are thin skinned. They're going to just go on in and mellow in with the rest of the ingredients. The potatoes are already in a bigger container full of water. I'll keep them from browning. In the meantime, while I'm getting all the other ingredients ready. Once I get done with this, I'll go ahead and cut up the carrots. One nice thing is they're pre-peeled, like baby stick carrots. So they make my life a little easier. So, well, these onions are still good and fresh carrots right now. So all I'm doing with these is just slicing them long ways, and then I could julienne them, but that's a lot of aggravation. And I'll tell you what, they're going to be small enough pieces too that's going to rehydrate. Well, at least I hope. From what I've seen in some of these freeze-dried meals that you get, it's not going to be a big difference. So, that's why I like doing this. It's fun, it's relaxing, and it's a lot healthier than what you're going to buy in a bag. Some people think it's a little more expensive. I tell you the truth, I had the wife pick me up the onions and carrots yesterday while I was at work. Already had the stock from last year. It took me some time to do the aggravation, but even if it costs a little bit more, in the long run it's a whole lot better for you. So I don't mind doing it. And it's something that, it's my prep for backpacking. It's something to look forward to. So another decent meal there on the trail, something other than just raw men or tuna fish. So, all right, we're on to the good stuff now, guys. Got the venison. Went ahead and started defrosting it in the fridge last night. It's still semi-frozen, which is good. It makes cutting it a whole lot easier. It's what you want to do whenever you're making jerky too. It's a lot easier to handle with the knife. I noticed I had a little bit more than I was going to need, so I went ahead and put that section of meat back in the freezer. Since I did it in a controlled environment, as in the refrigerator, not on the counter, it's safe to go ahead and refreeze the meat that way. But if you left it out on the counter, the chance of bacteria getting into the meat or anything else that you have frozen is greater. So, and all I did too was just like I do with the vegetables, julienne, then dice it. So, and what we're doing is putting this in this bowl to my left here. Give me a second here to push this up. Besides hamburger, I have not tried to rehydrate any forms of meat, so this is going to be an experience for me too. That's why too I'm making a smaller portion. Zoom out here, but this is what we got so far in this bowl. But we're going to have a smaller portion I'm going to make today. Make sure it comes out all right, so I know the next time when I make it, I can make more and not worry about it. So we're gonna go ahead and finish dicing this up. I'll show you. I'm gonna throw some cornstarch in here, mix it up. That's gonna coat it really good. Throw it in a frying pan with some hot olive oil, get it browned. Then we can throw it in the pot with the rest of the ingredients I'll show you, and go from there. Go over the ingredients. First off, we just finished up with the deer venison. This is the one I shot this year. I went ahead and julienne and diced it up real small so it's easier to rehydrate at the end. I'm going to mix this up with some cornstarch. That way it coats it. When I throw it in the pan behind me and we have the oil, we're going to go ahead and brown it. That way it can help thicken the gravy and everything in the stew. Alongside that, we're going to have potatoes. I have about 4 cups of potatoes here. I have, I'm going to say 2.5 cups of chopped up onion, and then roughly 2 cups again of chopped up carrots. Also alongside that, we're going to have some frozen peas and garlic. Can't go without garlic. So we're going to have tons of garlic, a pinch of salt, and quite a bit of cracked black pepper. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the pan heated up here, about medium-high heat. Other pot over here, I have the rest of that stock coming down. It's still a pretty good sized ice cube. So, go ahead and add some olive oil to the pan, let that heat up. Off to the side in case I need more. And like I said, what I did is just took some cornstarch and just shook a little bit in here and just hand mixed it. So once this oil gets heated up, we're going to throw it in here and get this browned up, and then we'll get that in the pot with the rest of the vegetables. Alrighty, you can see it's browning really good now. I had to open up the window. It's getting warm in here and all this steam, so hopefully you can still see it. But we're just going to go ahead and finish browning this away for another 5 minutes or so. The one venison stock's already, is already went ahead and melted down. I'm going to let that come to a nice boil so it's nice and warm before I add it to my crock pot. Strain my potatoes, get them added, and I have another stock in the microwave defrosting just in case I need to add some. So. Alright, let's see if I can do this without making a mess on screen. So, I'm going to start adding some venison. The potatoes have already been added, so onions. I get to look forward to doing all these dishes next. And